clicking something right now? Anybody else hear that? All right, make sure we're live real quick. Okay, and then banners, media asset, and begin.
Welcome to a special Friday night live stream on libertybassshop.com. Familiar phrases, not up to scratch. The meaning, inadequate, subpar. The origin. In the early days of boxing, there was no bell signal in the beginning of the round. Instead, the referee would scratch a line on the ground between fighters, and the round began when both men stepped over it. When a boxer couldn't cross the line to keep the match going, people said he was not up to the scratch. Our second familiar phrase, caught red-handed, meaning caught in the act. Origin. For hundreds of years, stealing and butchering another person's livestock was a common crime. But it was hard to prove unless the thief was caught with the dead animal and blood on his hands. Give someone the bird, meaning make a nasty gesture at someone, usually with the middle finger uplifted. The origin, there are many versions. The cleanest, originally the bird, referred to the hissing sound that audiences made when they didn't like a performance. Hissing is the sound that a goose makes when it's threatened or angry. Laying an egg, meaning fail. Origin, from the British sport of cricket. When you fail to score, you get a 0, which looks like an egg. The term is also taken from baseball, where a 0 is a goose egg. Bury the hatchet, meaning make peace with an enemy. Origin, some Native American tribes declared peace by literally burying a tomahawk in the ground. Chew the fat, meaning chat, engage in idle conversation. The origin, originally a sailor's term. Before refrigeration, ships carried food that would not spoil. One of them was salted pork skin, a particularly inedible morsel that consisted largely of fat. Sailors would only eat it when all other food was sparse, and they often complained as they did. This and other idle chatter eventually became as chewing the fat. We'll be with you in 1 minute and 50 seconds. Thank you for tuning in to this special Friday edition of libertybassshop.com. Have a screw loose, meaning something is wrong with the person or mechanism. Origin. The phrase comes from the cotton industry and dates back as far as the 1780s, when the Industrial Revolution made a mass production of textiles possible for the first time. Huge mills sprang up to take advantage of this new technology and at cheap labor. Sounds familiar. But it was difficult to keep all the machines running properly. Any machine that broke down or produced defective clothing was said to have a screw loose somewheres. Speak of the devil, meaning someone appears after you mention them. Origin. People once believed that you could actually summon the devil by saying his name. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Born with a silver spoon in your mouth, meaning pampered, lucky, born into wealth and prosperous circumstances. Origin. At one time, it was customary for godparents to give their godchildren a silver spoon at christening. These people were usually well off. And tonight, you're going to have a silver spoon in your mouth as we welcome our guest, Jason, Declue, and the boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week of This Week in Audio. I am excited about this one. We've got the whole gang here. We've got Caden, we got Blaine, we got Rob, who is still muted. I got you, Rob. Don't worry. Or no, I can't unmute you. Wait, no,
I'm good.
There he is. There he is. And on top of that, we've got a very special guest this week, the one and only Jason Declue, coming on here very soon. And I am excited to get this interview underway. It has definitely been one that has been highly requested, and it is going to be overall a great time. I hope you guys, I don't think I need to say this, but I hope you guys enjoy these intros. We're spicing them up. We keep getting copyrighted striked for music and stuff like that. So we hired some guy to do these intros for us. And they're random. They keep you on your toes. You might learn a little something. Even if those still might get copyrighted striked, like a Chinese menu got copyrighted striked, we still do it for fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. So who we got in here? We got Jay in here. What's going on?
Got Stuart.
We got Stuart in here. He was one of the first ones in here.
Marilyn, of course. Connie. Marilyn.
We got Randy in here. And who else is in here? Let's see. And we got Chris in here. Let's see here. Oh, nice koozie down there. Woo.
You like that?
I like that a lot.
Net Audio.
We got, man, that's an old name. We got Ricky in here. We got Carrie. I've got everybody in here. We got Shelby. I'm excited about this. It's going to be a good time. Listen, guys, you know the deal. Every time we get to 50 viewers, we start giving away some stickers. When we hit 100, we start doing some bigger things. Right now, we're at 41. So if you guys can hit that share button, tag your friends, we do greatly appreciate it. You guys, again, don't forget, we've got Caden's stream going on down below us. We've got Blaine's stream, and we've got Robert's stream going as well. So you guys can make sure to watch all of those streams everywhere. Josh Kingsmore said, "When am I chopped liver?" Listen, we got 5 camera spots here, man, and unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, we thought Caden wasn't going to be able to make it, but he was able to make it last minute, so we're grateful for that. If Caden wasn't able to make it, Josh, I'd have brought you in. Dang, we got the 40.
I got some questions about Caden's upcoming build that he wasn't able to answer last week, and I'm hoping that tonight we can get some answers.
We'll squeeze answers from him.
Yeah, let's get it. What do you got questions for him?
We'll keep it under wraps, guys.
Let's get to our big guest.
All right.
The main attraction, and then maybe later I'll ask a couple questions.
We got somebody in the background who's everybody's anticipating. I don't even know if I can wait, Jason.
Caden's here every week. Nobody cares. We want to hear from the man himself. This whole episode is a declusive episode. It's exclusive. It's exclusive. Is that the word, or declusive?
It's declusive.
It's declusive. Sure. I like that. I like
because they really sought after guests. A lot of people wanted them on here. I think I speak for Jace and all of us when I say, just like I said in the comments earlier, you're going to say what you're going to say in the comments. It's all good and well, but please just keep it respectful. I mean, if anything, respectful to the actual platform and to Jace as the host. Don't get this shut down because you can't be an adult.
That's true. Please try to keep it as cool as possible. I know everybody's got opinions. Everybody's got them. Keep them cool, though. With that being said, without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, the hurricane that's a brewing from down in Texas, the one and only Jason Declue.
What's up, guys?
Well, buddy, we're living the dream. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. How about you? Tanya, mute that. Hold on, guys.
You're good.
So, what's up, guys? So, Blaine, I forgot to show you. I got these a couple days ago.
Yo!
Oh, snap.
I might have to put these on Hurricane, Andy. These are just dope.
Those are pretty sweet.
Hey, look at that. I got new ones.
Oh, yeah. So, I got something else to show you guys, and I know Jason knows this product. This is from CB Supply. I haven't shown.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
Is that a double din?
I think you're muted.
I think he muted himself.
You might have hit the button because we can't hear you.
Hold on.
It's
there it goes.
There we go.
we're thinking about taking this one right here, the Surge one, since we're not running their amplifiers no more. We're thinking about putting Liberty bass on here now because it's going to be our new pretty much buy house.
Let's
Nice.
go.
I like.
I haven't really told anybody a whole lot about the wire issue. Jason knows about it. Daniel knows about it. We had me and Daniel had about a 2.5 hour talk. Daniel called me, told me he was on his way to get paint and everything. We were really picky about the paint we were going to do with it. Like, we were going to do the inside white like everybody else's, or we were going to do it looking like, do we want it to look like everybody else's, or do we want it to look epic? Because I don't know if you guys have followed my last build, which was the flat wall. I had a flat wall and I had a fourth order. And I had 418 Ampri Audio 418s that were built in down here in Illinois by a guy. I ain't saying he did a shitty job, because he didn't. It was fair. It was for what it was, $2,000. You know, you're not going to get the cream of the pie. So it did a 61, which was good. You know, at 2 ohms, it's not really bad on 2 TFEs.
Nice.
Well, so listen, Jason, before we get into the all the cool things you got going on right now, I think a great starting point is where we start with everybody else when we get these interviews going. And I think a lot of people, watching this live right now would be interested in seeing. So, with that being said, tell me how you got started in car audio. What year did you get started? Who got you involved? Tell me a little bit about that.
Who got me involved in car audio was Charles Estes, Alan Hall, and Gary Killian. Gary's really who turned the light on me, man. I mean, like, I used to go to shows and watch Gary break windshields, and I'm like, damn, I want to do that, man. I want to be loud like that guy, And everybody knows it's hard to get those big old numbers and stuff like that, man. It wasn't even really about numbers at the time. It was more about, like, hey, I want to be that big guy, he gets on the stage and say, hey, look, man, Gary Killian, everybody knows who Gary is. I mean, if you don't, he's a legend in car audio. Everybody that's ever been to Slamology knows who Gary is. I mean, Jace, I know you're kind of new to the Slam thing, because I know you went a long time ago. Daniel told me some stories about that, and he said, yeah, Jace's been going to car shows back when it was the Warhog, matter of fact, in Old Silver.
Yeah, we've been to Slamology even before that, but yeah, you're right. It's we've definitely been around Slamology a little bit. So this guy was a huge impact in your audio journey getting started. What was your first stereo system that you kind of got and really got you interested?
Oh man, you guys are gonna kind of laugh at this. The first one was like this 2-kicker L5s. 2-kicker L5s on a kicker 2500, I believe. It was light. And then I started going to Solo X's, and I'm like, man, these are super loud, dude. And then I found this other company called Incriminator Audio, which is in St. Louis. Used to be in St. Louis. It's not there no more. Used to call a company called SB Audio, and found these subs called the Wardens. And I'm like, I thought those were the baddest subs out there, and they were the loudest. And
Nicholas Wright.
They were great, dude. They were awesome. But again, it's one of those points where, like, you have to upgrade and find out what sub's going to do better for worse. And then probably about 5 years ago, I got in contact with a company called Ampri Audio, which was probably one of my greatest. Apparent Robert probably watched it back then. Is when I probably got my starting big point. Is when I started doing my first wall. Was Johnny Ray came up to me and he goes, "Hey man, let's build a flat wall." I didn't want a flat wall. I just wanted a box in there. And Johnny's like, hey man, let's build a flat wall in there, dude, and make it really, really loud and piss a lot of people off. And I'm like, okay, let's go for it. And so Slam's coming up. We got about a week or 2 weeks to test. Hardly no testing at all. Maybe just turning it on a little bit, a 58 at first. Then we broke a sub, which, Jace, that's normal every day.
So every show, bud. Every show.
So then we break a sub, and we take it to the meter, and no lie, dude, a 61 on the glass with a broken sub. So basically, we're playing 3 subs and pre-audio 4.0s, and it's 61, and it still played great.
Wow.
Damn.
So now let's forward to the Jakar build. I know a lot of people want to know about how that
Old
happened.
meat and potatoes.
So Jace is familiar with the Jakar builds because he owns one. So I was at Wake the Dead, which is a big show in Arkansas, a very huge show. And my fiance now, I just like went over to her and I said, "Hey, what if Daniel built my truck?" And Daniel just has this big old smile on his face, and he's like, "Let's do it, let's do it." Just to piss people off. And he goes, so about 2 weeks go by, Daniel calls me and he goes, "Hey man, I'm coming to Missouri. Can I pick your truck up?" And I said, "Sure, come on down." I was just getting out of the hospital. If you guys remember, that's when I had a surgery, and Daniel and Michelle both show up, and I'm like surprised because everybody knows when Daniel shows up, he's like so respectful and everything like that. He's kind of like Jace, you know. To me, the car audio community, it should have more respect, and it shouldn't be about what brand you're running or what company is doing what. You know, I think to sum it up, I think everybody should have a great build out there. Look at Robert. You know, he's been through how many builds, Robert? Too many to count.
I have PTSD from that topic. I go through a lot of builds. I'm never satisfied. More is working on a build right now that I'll probably rip out later this year. So I'll keep you
Also,
posted.
so Jace, the forward things up. I was talking to Daniel a couple days ago, and you know the first thing Daniel tells me, he said he misses the Warhog.
Darn straight he does.
He told me straight up. I go. So how about another time for another build? And he said, I really miss the Warhog. I really wish I never sold it now. And he said, I'm proud of what Jace has done to it.
Hell yeah.
He gives you so much props of what you have done to it.
So listen, I want to talk to you about your build a little bit more. I want to get into the in-depth details.
Okay,
And
cool.
you know, we're going to ask some harder questions for you, but I hope that it gives you the opportunity to clear the air on your end, and
Definitely.
you get to talk about how you feel about things. So the question I have, and I know Rob's got questions, Blanster's got some questions, Caden's got questions, but we'll get mine first here. I watch your activity on social media. You pop up in my feed a good bit, and during the progression of this build, and from what you've shared about Daniel, you've shared about product that you're going to be running.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that it's changed a good bit. You know, there was Surge, Down for Sound, US Amps. There's been a couple different sub companies. So the question that I want to ask you is why those companies aren't on your radar anymore, and what do you plan on running in this build?
So we'll keep the amps short and sweet because we don't really know the amps yet. It's like, okay, so I was on US Amps and everything was good. That's what I thought. Okay, so I had $2,900 and I was ready to purchase it, and they come to me and said, "Well, there's no team pricing, da da da. There's no team discount." The guy that was working with me, excuse my French, I'm not gonna say this really bad, but he wasn't on the up and up. So I parted with US Amps.
He wasn't of anybody of importance. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I need supporters and people that are going to support this build, and that's basically what it is. It's a big build to be supported with at big shows like Liberty Base Show, Slamology, Scraping. You know, I want people to come in there and say, "Hey, look, dude, this build is beautiful and loud." That's the whole key here, and the reason we haven't chose amplifiers is because a lot of people look at my past, and Robert knows that, and I'm sure Jace, you've seen it on social media. It's there. You know, can I do anything about it? Yes and no. I mean, I can just say, look, I can shut people down and just say, look, don't need to. I don't need to socialize with you no more, or hey, man, I'll just block you, and the end of the story.
So I get what you're saying there, and so there's something I want to. I don't have man. Caden's kind of busy down there. I know he's doing some other things for me, so I'm going to try and pull something up here.
Caden has always had respect for me, and Jace Blaine. Blaine and me didn't see eye to eye at first because, see, Blaine's a sundown guy, and I respect that. And I'm a DB guy, and the reason I like DB is because Vladimir is always 100%. He's kind of like Jacob, you know. I don't know if you sell a lot of duck bounce and stuff like that, but we buy a lot of duck bounce stuff, a lot of it.
So I want to show this video here real quick, and I want to use this video as a reference for people who may not be as familiar with Jakar audio. You guys can also hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me. It kind of went quiet there for a second. So, Jakar audio. I personally really respect Daniel and the entire Jakar audio team. Every build I've been in of theirs has been very impressive, very loud. There's some up here in Ohio, Indiana. You got Fishbowl in Oklahoma. I know Rob's had a Jakar build, but this is what Jakar's produced. This was the Warthog, formerly known as the Warthog. It's now the Patriot. This is a sub that was not built for this enclosure whatsoever at all. And it still performs wonders. And it's probably one of my favorite videos I have of this vehicle. So I'll play this real quick.
Sorry. Fishbowl.
Fishbowl, fish tank. Damn.
Why is everybody saying I'm muted? Nobody
You are
gets
muted.
nobody
You
listens.
probably
to
were
me,
muted.
that's why.
But so my point that I'm making there is that these guys build some pretty awesome enclosures, and I think that you went to the right place to get your build done. And I know a lot of people have different
Opinions.
opinions are fantastic. Everybody's got one, but I do think that you went to the right place. And I'm going to go and pull your build up here now. I got some people in the comments I would like to see the build. So
And we'll show them.
So this is what they have gotten done so far.
Well, that was the beginning. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty gnarly, dude. It's crazy.
It is coming along.
there. Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Steel
to be
dash.
clear, you don't have an update on what you're going to be running in this build. It's still kind of up in the air a little bit.
As far as the subs, or just the amplifier.
Well, what do you got for subs? I just want to know as much as we can.
618, 45R, duck bounces.
So you're sticking with Def Bounce.
I'm not getting rid of those subs. I mean, they're like we and Daniel were just talking about that. We could go buy new subs. Now, as you guys see that little hole right there, that's been filled. All that's been filled. Everything like
over
that.
behind the B pillar on
over
the
there behind the
one?
back. Yeah, where you see those squares in the back.
Yep.
Daniel said that's already been filled.
I saw people complaining about that online, and I'll tell you, I've had experience with that myself, where people talk shit and have an opinion on a build that's not complete. The people that are like, "Oh, there's gaps." Most of them are usually pretty quiet people. They always have the most to say. And I believe you trusted the right person to do this build for you. Having Daniel do it, his builds have been proven. I don't think I've ever seen Daniel have a flop. So if people are looking through all that right there, and all they can point out is that little spot in the back corner,
and here's what I've told people too, Robert. If they want to see it so bad, they can go to Texas, and I'm sure Daniel has no problem showing them. Like, I know these doors right here, like the passenger door, those will have all mids and highs in them. So we haven't got that far yet. We're getting like the paint, the wood and everything. That's pretty much done, except for like a couple odd things. Like, you guys can see the roof's done. There's steel in over by the. It's not the same windshield as the Warthog, but it's different. It is an extreme windshield, though.
So, Jason, I think I can also speak for you a little bit here, and I see a lot of people complaining about how long this is taking you. I'm telling you from experience, it's not cheap to do a build of this caliber. And
Robert, me and you both, because dude,
that takes money.
A lot of money.
Well, we had it on hold for a while because, see, I was off for like 14 days, and I told Daniel, I go, well, when I get back to work, I'll give you $1,000, and that's what happened Wednesday. I gave him $1,000, and he's back on it now. I don't think people understand this, but Daniel does not work for free. No matter if he's your friend, whatever you want to call him, he just is not a person that's going to work on your stuff for free.
Mhm.
You know, I wouldn't expect Josh Kingsmore to work on somebody's stuff for free if he's not paid.
Right. Well, and listen, I think the bottom line here is that everybody makes a different amount of money.
Right?
We're all cut from a different cloth. If you don't have the funds to pay it all right up front, there's nothing wrong with that. If the builder wants to uh, allow you to do a payment plan, nothing wrong with that either. Um,
Daniel was one of those ones that told me, actually, when I came up there a long time ago, he told me, he said, so many people have payment plans in here. I like payment plans better than cash. He said, because that way I can work at my pace. If anybody knows Daniel, I've known Daniel for a long time. Back in Turkey Drag is when I first met Daniel Powell.
Turkey drag.
Yeah, back in
Tell
Texas.
us more about that.
Oh man, I met Daniel when he burnt his car down. Matter of fact, that was when I first met Daniel. Had his first badass six order in a Honda. I'm sure you got. I'm sure that Robert, you remember that, don't you? His
What's
little
that?
Honda, his little Honda. That was his first six order he ever built, and he there's a video actually on Daniel's page, I think, or Jakar's page. But yeah, he's got a
Dave.
video of it. He burnt it. He burnt an Ampri Audio 8.0 up. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, we were down there and Daniel was hanging out with us, and when I met Johnny Ray, actually.
Connie's even saying that was years ago. She remembers that.
Yep, it was. She's right. Now, Connie, I have so much respect for Connie because she does some local Illinois shows down here, and we're gonna try to do more shows. I know a lot of people have asked, hey, why ain't Jason come to shows? Da, da, da. It's the time frame, it's the work frame. Yeah, I'm off on the weekends, but if I just come out I would love to come to Ruckus. That is one show I would love to be at. Robert's show, I would love. Josh asked me just yesterday if I would come to that one in September. The thing about that is September and October, they're like right next to each other, and I usually go to Wake the Dead, but I might go to Wake the Dead this year. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely, right now, Slam was one that was going to be up on there, but as of right now, nobody knows where Slam's at, so it's kind of like I don't want a last minute thing and say, hey, I got to drive 10 hours or I got to drive 9 hours.
So I know Rob's got a question about your show schedule and getting to and there. I'll let Rob go ahead and ask his questions.
So I know in the past, Daniel Powell has helped out with James Bells as far as transporting some of his builds to shows.
Mhm.
Is that what you plan to do for the first little while, or are you going to have
Yes,
a trailer
sir.
right away to be able to take it yourself?
So
What
me
up,
and Daniel
Pappy?
talked about the whole trailer thing and everything like that. And like Daniel said, we can haul it to shows. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to pay him because he don't do it for free. But we want this to be one of Jakar's show cars, basically. We want this to be one of the ones that are gonna be at the big shows. Like everybody knows Fishbowl, everybody knows Jace's build. They're Old Silver. Old Silver will be back. I just don't know when. I wish I could give you a date. It is at Jakar. I do know that.
Oh no, it's not. I just now I just saw a post from Melissa. She just got it back from Jakar today.
Oh, really?
She got
Okay.
it back from them today.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
snap.
That's good. They were doing some crazy stuff. What I heard, what Daniel said, they were remodifying it or something like that. So a lot of people have this other issue too. Is the 170 problem? I mean, can it do it? If Daniel says it's going to do it, the way I look at it, he's the magic on this build, not me. I don't want to take credit for something that I didn't build. I gutted it. I put the alternators in and everything else, but as far as caging it and everything, this is all Daniel's team. I don't want to take responsible for anything that they built because I don't want to say, yeah, that's my build, but it is and it ain't. And Robert, you can bounce on that one because
Oh yeah.
you bought in so many builds from people and you didn't build it, but it's
I
yours.
don't call it buying builds. I call it rescuing builds because I bought a lot of old builds and
My build isn't
brought them
mine.
back to life.
Yeah,
Yeah. When I bought the Patriot, there was like 6 inches of dust on it. I couldn't even get it up on the trailer. It was an absolute mess.
So, Jace, I got a question for you. How fun was that to put those subs in there?
Easy. It's honestly
Big
not that
Jeff,
bad.
what's up, brother?
He just has somebody else do it for him.
Yeah, dude.
Jace
I
called
just,
me the other day.
Well, watch the video of you doing it first.
I mean, dude, we're so big now. We're doing all these sponsorship things, and now I'm at the point where I just
Hey.
hire people to do the dirty work.
Hey,
Hey, don't let
Caitlin,
him
you
lie.
had to load 8 big old subs into the into X Booming, didn't you?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Dude, that
Jace's
killed
mom
my
was
back.
loading subs last week. I got a phone call from Jace, and his mom was inside the enclosure mocking up for some subs, checking what's going to fit.
Hey now,
Oof.
listen. Don't expose me like that, okay? Don't do me like
Yeah.
that,
So what's
Well,
next,
Jason-
Jace? Sundown subs?
dude.
What's
Man,
that?
What's that?
I said, what's next, Jace? Sundown subs?
dude. You know what? We've let the internet kind of run wild with their thought process and what they're doing. Actually, as a matter of fact, they're commenting in here right now.
What up, B2?
B2 Audio
I
is the
need those
newest.
2-inch
Oh, dude.
subs, brother. I need those subs.
When I first seen that you were a B2 dealer, just a minute, like yesterday, and I asked Blaine, I go, "Is he a B2 dealer?" And he goes, "Yeah, he is." And I said, "That is one company that has been great for years." Like, look at Brian Stormtrooper. He's another Jakar guy. He was up there, getting a bunch of 5 subs in there. Matter of fact, a lot of paint work and stuff. I know you guys have seen the lift gate that goes up.
Oh yeah.
That's Daniel. He did that too.
Yep. So who knows what we're gonna do? Again, B2, brand new addition to libertybassshop.com. So that's an option. I mean, there's just so many options we're open to. Me and Caden, we've been talking about it. What's the best avenue is, and
You definitely wouldn't want to lift 12 of those death bounds 45 Rs. That's for sure. They're super heavy. Daniel don't like them at all. He's gonna have Michael and Eric put them in actually because he said he's not picking those up.
hey, listen, we might run in humans. I don't
We
know.
were at a show.
Whoa.
We were at a show and we have just got 2 45 Rs and we didn't want to pay shipping. So I was like, well, Daniel's coming to Wake from the Dead. Oh shit. Well, I'll just send them over to him. And Michael originally comes and picks this up over. He didn't pick it up over his head, but he picks it up himself. And I'm like, are you crazy? I mean, he's built. Those pow boys. They're built like walls.
They're jacked. Heck yeah.
Yeah, they are, dude. They do this shit for a living every day. Like, Robert knows Fishbowl. I'm sure. I haven't heard too much about Fishbowl lately, but he has a badass build.
I just want to point out real quickly that something historical just happened.
Oh, do tell.
Someone just popped my star cherry on Facebook.
Oh, snap!
This was one of my first stars ever.
Who was
How'd
that?
you get that?
It was
wife
Josh
doesn't even
Kingsmore.
send
It
me
was Josh
stars.
Kingsmore.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow.
He sent
Well,
me some
listen.
stars and said, go get a tiger's blood. Get back in the game.
Well, listen, I was hoping that we would talk about that afterwards, but we take 95% of all earnings from sub channels that
Got
are,
David Cook in here too.
So, we'll talk about that later. We'll get squared away on that.
Brother.
So, Jason, I'm curious. You're talking about how earlier you were saying that you're not going to take credit for the work because that's Jakar that's doing it. How much input have you had on the build? Like, are you giving ideas and they're running with it?
Yes. We actually sat down on paper. You know how most people, they say, hey, let's do a design. This design is totally different than any 6 that you've seen. Daniel didn't want the Stefan Blakeman 6th order. He wanted to build his own 6th order, and he wanted it to be different. He did not, because we all know that Caden's got one similar like fish bowls. I had to comment on that one because I seen it and I was like, that looks like fish bowls, but it's
Are
not.
you saying that Caden copied Fishbowl?
No.
Caden, how do you like that setup? Is it
I don't
loud?
know.
I love it. I love the
Dude,
setup. It looks
It's awesome,
nice.
man.
It looks great. I love
And
that.
it's different.
Is that the folding port, Caden?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the folding port gets real nasty, real low, loud. I mean,
But you know what? Most people don't realize it, but that build was not built by Jakar. That was built by Caden and his dad. It's a Jakar design.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I love the design, even if it ain't built by Jakar. I mean,
Wait till you see the new subs that they're putting into it. Are you looking to spill some beans tonight, Caden, on what subs you're running this time?
Well, I already know his amps because he told me, but I'm not going to tell her if he doesn't want it. I already know what amps.
Yeah, we might say. Well, no, we're gonna save that for later.
Well, listen, Listen, do you remember what it hit on the meter?
Caden's.
Well, hey,
70.
call your dad real quick.
Call
Your
Yeah,
dad-
probably.
Call your dad and
Yeah,
ask your
dude,
dad
he'll
if you can
remember.
spill the beans on what subs you're running.
Yeah. See if your
This
dad will
is-
give.
This is
Yeah.
the first two. We're phoning a friend
Mr.
live
Hart.
on the air.
Phoning
Robert.
a friend live on
What's
camera.
up, brother?
Robert, are them all subs in
Let's
the
get him on
background?
Let's get him on speakerphone here.
Those
Hold
are
on.
all subs in the background.
Wait, he's in the
Holy-
comments. He could just chip in right there.
It'd be easier if you called him,
It'd be
though.
easier if you
Yeah,
call
we
him, Caden.
I think we
have
can hear
to
it
use
live
your
on
address.
camera.
Calling.
Ah, Lord. Hold on.
And
I
in
just wanna
case,
see if
he's
he's
getting
willing to
hold of
spill
his
the
dad,
beans on the
I think
subs.
that we should congratulate you again on your recent engagement, man.
Thank you,
That's
man.
big
Thank you,
news.
guys. I appreciate that. I know a lot of people probably said, "Yeah, that's corny. It's on Facebook." Da, da, da. Well, we gotta get. We plan on another, area down like Tennessee or something. When we get so much, it's just time consuming, man. It's not really
Oh,
so
it's
much
not gonna let
money.
me.
It's the time.
All right.
What do you mean you're talking about let you call your dad?
You guys go ahead. It's not gonna let me pull up my.
Did
I'm
you
using the
meter it,
phone.
Caden?
Yeah,
We need to
with
get
the
you a
old
phone.
subs, yeah.
What old
Yeah.
subs did you have in there? I think you had Sundown in there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It was some hybrid subs. It was a little
Yeah.
bit of this, a little bit of that.
Otis design.
I think you should put
kits
some of those
and soft
ex-humans
parts.
in there. I think you should put that new Sundown sub in there.
Those things are so heavy, though.
Dude, I would not want to pick one of those up. I seen it, and
You
it's
run them Rampage subs, Caden.
Oh, those would be badass now.
You need to get a hold of your dad and see if we can, make that happen. I need to know if we're allowed to spill the beans or not.
We got B2 Audio talking about how they approved someone today to be sponsored to receive
On Big Jeff's page. It was on Big Jeff's page, I
Stop
think.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Shout out to Richard Forbes. Just got approved today for Team B2 Audio, sponsored. Has 2 012s on the way and all new doors to go with it.
Yo!
Those
That's
012s
huge,
are nasty,
brother.
dude.
Congratulations.
Somebody put a post up there a couple days ago. Actually, Brian Francisco, I think his name is. He told me they do over 22,000 watts. That's pretty insane for a 012.
That is pretty impressive.
One amplifier, I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but you're gonna get $1 per watt, like you said a while back. Same thing with the JP83 and the Ruthless 10Ks. They're probably not the same amplifiers, but I heard that the JP93s do 20,000 watts.
True.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty in line with a Assault 12. I've seen some pictures floating around of those doing around 20K.
What's the Ruthless 10K do, Robert?
To be honest with you, I don't know what it can do at its full potential because I'm always fighting rise. I clamped over 6,500 watts after rising to 2.6. So
Yeah, and you have no steel in that build, right?
no, I'm talking about my last build, but
I'll be right back.
I don't have any steel in the current one.
Where's Caden going?
I doubt it'll be a while before I go that route. My build's going to be driven 11 plus hours one way here in a couple months to TDH.
Was the Jakar build, that was Jeremy King's, right? That was the first one you bought, right? That was the one with the 618s folding port, I think it was, right?
I'm just now realizing that you have 2 Jeremy King builds.
He does.
Yeah.
He actually does have 2
I
of
didn't
them.
realize that.
Jeremy King knows to call me whenever he needs to get rid of them because he gets rid of them all the time, and I'm always looking. So
yeah, he stays in car audio for a while, then he leaves, and then he comes back.
Yep. I'll take advantage of a deal when I can get one. If I can get a bill with equipment in it for a good price, I jump on it. And
you bought the Tahoe from was it Casey? I think it was Casey.
So no, I traded a race, like a little nitrous Civic I built, and
whoa! I didn't know Rob was a race car driver.
Yeah, me neither.
Hold up.
Hold up is right.
Yeah, dude. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Race car.
No, I traded a little nitrous Civic for the Tahoe, and then I changed it like 7 times, and it's still what I have, but it's a completely different truck altogether. Everything, wrap, wheels, everything.
Is that Mike's crazy build in the background? It looks like it. The 21 build. Mike.
Yes, it is Mike Delizio.
Look at
Yep.
the eye.
Yep.
Look at the eye on this guy.
Listen, I'm still bothered that we haven't figured out what Caden's running yet in his car.
Caden's
Oh,
not going to
man.
tell us.
Dude,
Caden's
he's
not
gonna
going to
Dude.
tell us.
He's going to tell us tonight.
I don't know if I
He's
can.
going to at least tell us the sub combo.
We at least got to know what the subs are.
Call Pop.
I don't know if that's. You want me to call him right now?
I need you to call him.
Jason, I need you to call him.
Dude. All right.
Jace, how are you on wire? Are you pretty stocked up?
Depends on what
Yeah.
color you need.
I need green and probably black or purple. I don't know which one Daniel wants to go with, but we're going to rip all the old welding cable out of there.
I like green and purple. I got a lot of it.
Yeah, I like green and purple.
That's actually a good color combo too.
I know.
You know, it's that Joker
Is
vibe.
that phone
It's that
ringing?
Joker vibe.
Somebody would think like, yeah, well, is he running red and black? I had red and black in there. I had welding cable, which is great. I mean, it's just been in there for years. And I told Daniel, we're gonna switch it. Let's just switch it all.
Wait, hold on. Is it ringing? Caden, I think your camera froze on us down there,
I
dog.
think he's frozen. Yeah, he looks frozen.
LD, you gotta get your internet taken care of.
Jeez. Oh, there he is. He's back.
There you
He's
are.
back.
There you
Hey,
are.
get with the program.
Dude, I'm
brother. You're supposed to be
having
our IT
technical-
guy.
Yeah, the IT guy's having technical difficulties tonight.
It's okay. We got it fixed. As long as
Hey,
we're making
so-
phone calls.
While we wait on that, Jason, I see you talking a lot about battery chemistry and how you're not a fan of C-Max batteries. So what batteries do you plan on running? What kind of chemistry?
Well, our battery guy was just in here just a minute ago, Isaac. I'm gonna be running the Skib 174 LTOs. They're gonna be all custom bus bars and stuff like that with Jakar and probably my logo. We don't know if we're gonna put Death Bounce's logo on it. If we got room, we will. But yeah, Isaac is a person that I'm going to for batteries.
All right, I got
It's
to
nothing
answer
against
this.
C-Max. Nothing against C-Max. I mean, I know you see me make comments of that all the time. And me and Daniel talked about that too. I think it was like Daniel said, well, I don't know if I really trust to put C-Max in your car right away. So he said, I've had LTO because I had the G50s and I had a lot of experience with them. So I figured, well, let's run the Skibs.
Okay, listen, I don't mean to interrupt here, but Big Jeff called me out. All right.
Uh-oh.
This is a call out. He says, I think Jason L needs to up Big Jeff's audios 433s. Yes, that's a call out. Dog, you're playing catch up, man. Big Jeff is playing catch up. We got 14 18s ready to rock and roll.
Man, that bill will eat you up, Big Jeff. I'm telling you that
You tell,
eat
you
for
tell
lunch.
him, Jason. You
That
tell
book-
him.
I almost tapped out of it, dude. When Daniel had it the first time, and they barely had it up, it was getting to my chest. It was, and that's what made me want to build an extreme build because I first thing I said, Jace has one, and Daniel has one. I said, well, shit, man. It was before you bought it actually, because I was like, hey, Daniel, let's build an extreme build, and he goes, let's do it. So Daniel calls this the extreme demo build, is what he calls it. He don't call it just when he builds something, he don't call it just, oh yeah, it just burps or it just gets on the meter. It does both. It does demoing and it's going to do SPL. So
it does do both really, really well. It's a phenomenal build. And I'm just telling you right now, Jeff, you don't want this smoke, dog. You don't want the smoke.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, that build is extreme, the Patriot, but the owner is afraid to turn it up. It seems like every time I see it at a show,
Brother.
Jason, time to get some good
Hey,
subs
cat.
and turn it up, man. Turn it up. Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Y'all want the smoke.
I've seen Caden turn the knob on X Boomin' quite a bit.
Yeah. Jace sandbagging all the time, man. I don't know why he does it.
You're not even willing to call your dad right now and to tell us what you're running in Scion.
What? I don't know why he's got to be the one to spill the beans.
Well,
why don't you?
Because you're not spilling them.
Caden, next time you just put Jason in the passenger side and just say, hey, I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
I'm beginning to think you're afraid to call your dad or something.
Oh, my Lord. You know what? All right.
Every
Call him
time,
right now.
Listen, every time I tell him it's not loud, he tells me he's going to call his dad.
All right, call your dad.
Just wait till I
All
call my
right.
dad.
I'll put it on speaker. You guys be
All right.
quiet.
Here we go.
All right, let's hear this. Come on.
Can you
This is
guys
Sean.
hear?
Yeah. Got that Android phone. I can't even hear it ring. There it is. There it is.
There it
Guys
is.
hear it? He doesn't want to talk to y'all.
There we go.
He doesn't want to talk to you.
Sorry.
Your call has been forwarded.
Wow, dude, you just got
Whoa.
denied, dude.
Yeah.
Aiden, how does it feel that your dad is like ignoring your call right now?
Hey,
I
at
I
least
mean,
that's
it's
the
pretty
call. My
typical
dad
of him.
had cigarettes when I was a kid and never came back.
Or you could just text him.
Yeah, I just text him, dude. I mean,
Say, hey man, what subs are going in there?
Dude,
Jason wants
you
to
guys
know.
would think I was being interviewed tonight. I thought we were interviewing Jason.
I just thought you were gonna finally spill the beans, but I guess not. I guess it's not gonna
No.
happen. Whatever.
Dad wouldn't pick up. I'm not at liberty to say.
That's fair enough.
Oh, I
you
see
say?
what you did
Liberty
there.
Base?
Liberty to say.
Oh, at Liberty Base, it's like chain
Yeah.
reaction. We know all
Exactly. Use
about
code
chain
X booming.
reaction.
You know who we should have on the
Hey.
show next? You know
Who?
who we should have? The next time we do a show, we should have Tyler Moore from TCP come on and talk about his upcoming Down for Sound build that he'll be probably debuting here very soon. I think at TDH.
And
That's
dude,
a-
as a
I've seen
matter
that.
of
That's pretty
fact, dude,
nasty.
it does, doesn't it? And listen, Jason, did you know? I'm not even joking about this. I did not know this for the longest time. That Tyler went out of his way to get a Down for Sound tattoo on his forearm to
No, I didn't know
highlight
that.
Yes, dude. That's
Yeah.
serious.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
he's
He got the
diehard, man.
93. He got the 93 on
Down
his
for
arm.
Sound's awesome,
Hey,
dude. I love Down for
Speaking
Sound.
of, did you guys see the new post that JP made this morning of the new JP Polish black line of amps that he has?
Oh, I
Yeah.
seen that yesterday, Robert. When
Really
he
sweet. They look
those
bad.
are really sweet. I seen those yesterday when I was at work, and I comment on it. Those definitely are very sweet looking.
When I became a distributor for Down for Sound, I wasn't a big fan of the Gloss series, because I never had them in stock at first. I ended up getting a couple, and I opened one up for B stock. And dude, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty sharp, especially in the light. It looks really good. So I was impressed.
So, Jace, what do you think about the Down for Sound amps before you were even a dealer? Did you think, yeah, well, I want to run these, or I don't want to run these?
I think that for the amount of power, before I ever became a dealer, I believe that the Down for Sound amps are by far one of the best amps you can buy for the price to get the power output you desire. I know a lot of people complain about warranty issues and things like that.
Mhm.
I actually looked this morning, and we've sold over, I think it's, don't quote me, it's just a little hair over 400 Down for Sound amplifiers alone. And I have only personally warranted 3 of those.
That's great.
Only 3 of them, and it was swap outs. So it's pretty simple. I haven't had to deal with issues or anything else like that. And so that's my opinion on them. I think they're a great amplifier if you're trying to get a metric crap load of power. And
dunking.
yeah, and as I always recommend everyone, I have other recommendations. If you call me and say, hey, I want to wire into the dirt, I have other recommendations for you. If you want to wire, to quarter ohm and be a goob. So, I mean, that's just my opinion on the JPMs. I love them. That dirt light, baby.
So, Robert, I know you use Ruthless, and I know you have had your experience with the JP amps too.
Yeah.
And
are you talking about those? How many's back there? 12 of them?
12 of them.
Yeah, 12
of them back there.
Those Jeremy King's old amps? Or those
They are.
That's a real Down for Sound fan right there.
That's what
that's what I'm thinking, Caden. I'm thinking he needs to get rid of the Ruthless and go to Down for Sound.
I agree.
So I'm limited on space, so these small amps benefit me a lot. And that build is changing a lot going into this year. It no longer has Dreamsicles in it. It now has 12 Sundown ZV6s, and it also has to be wired lower than it was last year with the Dreamsicles. So it's going to be wired at half ohm per amp per sub instead of 0.67. So a little bit more power available too. So
see, we have
fully sponsored by Liberty Base, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, thanks for all my equipment.
Yeah,
bro, he called me begging, dude. I had to cave.
Yo, D, get a hold of Jace over there. He can point you in the right direction.
Oh, I will answer this question. So, Down for Sound amps do come with a half ohm warranty if you want to buy that. Get you letter protection. Kind of, it's similar to the Crescendo half ohm warranty that they used to offer on their bass clef lines. But an amp that you don't have to buy any extended warranties on to run it that low, that I personally recommend is the Ruthless line. Super. Now, listen, I never tell people to run at quarter ohm. I've never recommend that. If I'm
Stop dunking.
everybody,
Dunking in the chat.
everybody knows what I'm getting at here, but at the same time, you know, if I had to and I was going to do something that obnoxious, I'd probably go Ruthless Amp because they are tried and true, tested to be really durable at those lower impedances.
They're
So,
definitely tanks. I will say that. I know I got a couple people out here in St. Louis actually that have. I got a buddy that has two. He went from Death Bounce 20Ks to two Ruthless 10Ks. It's more. It's more reliable and louder. I think it's louder now than what it was. And he's got 218 45 Rs, same subs as I got. He's got a 10K per sub at 0.7. It gets real nasty for a no wall. Now we are going to put a 10K per sub or a JP83 per sub. That's the goal.
so
We
I don't
wanted
want
to do it.
I
We
don't
wanted
want
to do a 15K per sub, but Daniel
Ooh.
thought that was too much. Yeah, no, it's crazy, isn't it, dude? It's a lot of power.
So, Jason, I want to ask you a serious question here. Okay,
What's up?
We're getting to the tail end of the stream. You know, it's been a good time. You know, B2 Audio, they're telling me that they want me to run 433s now, not 2. We're changing it up a little bit.
Change up.
I respect it. I think that'd be honestly the Jeep Liberty would be pretty dope. I don't know if I could even fit that in there, but I think that'd be pretty dope.
Awesome, dude.
But it's pretty cool. Shout out to them. Anyways, here is my thought process here. Okay. And I want to ask you this question. I want to get an honest answer from you.
Go ahead.
It's no secret that you have been the spotlight of the audio industry for many years now. Okay, you have been. There's no denying it. And you've experienced a lot of negativity in this industry.
No.
And I believe that if a lot of people in your shoes, similar to that, would probably cash out of the audio industry years ago. They would just not be involved with it any longer.
Done.
They'd be out. So my question to you is, what keeps you involved in audio, and how do you do it, man? How do you maintain it?
Well, one of them is that wonderful woman in the back, in the room. I'll tell you that. With the support of her, the support of the audio community, guys like Rob, Jace, Blaine, Caden, Daniel Powell, guys like that are what keeps me on my feet every day and want to be the loudest. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be the loudest, but them are the guys that I want to pay respect for when they come up to me and say, "Hey, look, just Jason Declue." How do I do it? I don't know. Sometimes I have to block it out of my life. I mean, it's hard. It's hard, man. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it's so hard. You got to block people, and do you want to block people? But no, I don't. I will respect the people that respect me back, and like Benjamin, I don't have nothing against Benjamin. I like Benjamin. I always liked him. Me and Duncan just joke around a lot, and I think he kind of took it the wrong way, and it shouldn't have escalated the way it did. Not on Facebook like that. If he would have said, "Hey," if Ben would have said, "Hey, yeah, look, Jason, let's talk privately" or something like that, that would have been better. Instead of bashing somebody's company, and I'm not about bashing anybody's company. Same thing with Sundown,
Well, time out real quick. Probably not anymore because you've been notorious for doing that,
I remember.
And that's where like a lot of people got the hate, and that's where from what I've seen, like a lot of the arguing and stuff started, And,
no, Blaine, I hear you on that part. You're right. I used to be a big Sundown hater. I couldn't stand them. And then Jacob Fuller contacted me one day and said, "Hey, let's squash this beef. Let's just forget it happened." So that's kind of like where I'm at with the Ruthless. And if he don't want to sell to me, that's up to him. I mean, I can't tell him, "Hey, yeah, sell me a Ruthless." Are they good amps? Absolutely. But is there other options? Yes, there is. There always will be another option. If there's not a plan A, there's always a plan B. But I think everybody should have respectful brands. Like Jace, I know you're a RS guy. I'm a DB guy, and Blaine, he's a Sundown guy. Robert, I don't know what you are because you run so
Well,
many
look
different
behind
brands
you.
over there.
He's confused. He struggles with
Yeah.
this on a daily
Leopard.
basis.
He
Yeah.
switches brands like he
Hey,
switches cars.
Declue,
Are you
listen,
a brand hopper, dude? Are
word
you
on the-
kidding
Word
me?
on the street. I just heard this week that, dude, I just run whatever I'm given. Whatever is given to me for free for being, Liberty Base's #1 rider.
You're right, Jeff.
I just run whatever I
Right.
get for free. That's what
Preach,
I've heard.
baby, preach.
Yeah, let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Jace's shipping is amazing.
Whoa.
Like when he shipped
Dude,
shirts to me
Is
the
that
one
an
day, I got 'em-
unsolicited plug?
Dude, this is, I swear my life, I did not pay anybody to say this stuff,
Woo.
but Rob knows all about my
Whoa.
really good shipping,
This
time,
guy.
man.
It's crazy you say that because you might have saw a post or a video from Sundown floating around of some subs being built maybe a day or two ago, and those might be behind me.
Those might have came from Jace.
All I'm going to say is it's 2 days shipping. We knock it out of the park. We take good care of our people.
I think Liberty and Down for Sound are probably the fastest two for shipping.
I agree with you on that. I'm not
Listen
going to
to
argue that.
this guy.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to let my head swell here.
But
That's
Jace,
a
I remember
lot
when you
right
bought
there.
when you bought the Warhog. Was Liberty based? Like was it a big car audio thing back then, or was it just kind of just kicking off?
We had already established Liberty Base in 2020. We had roughly, let's see here. I think we had roughly 15 or 20,000 subscribers at the time. And the website had already been a thing. The reason we purchased a Warthog is because, well, now the Patriot, is because the Jeep just wasn't going to get us to that next level. And funny enough, I had actually had another build planned. I had a guy on, like, ready to build a van. The whole night, I even had the van in my possession. It was going to all happen. And I was literally, and this is going to sound funny. Yeah, any male in the audience right now, there's exactly this feeling. But when you're sitting there taking care of business and you're scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, you know what I'm saying, and you find one of those Facebook specials, that was a Facebook special, and I literally called him real quick, and I was like, "Hey," and it was John Ray at the time. I was like, "Hey, I'm coming to pick this thing up. Like, are you there Friday? Like, I'll be there." And then we worked it out, and that's just how it happened. So I've owned the Patriot now for 2 years, and Liberty Base has been going on 4 years.
So what made you want the Warhog? I mean, I know a lot of people probably seen it up for sale. When I first seen it up for sale, I wanted it. This first thing I said.
Jace interview. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
this
how the tables have turned.
I actually wanted the Warhog. I've always wanted that because it was like one of my dream builds. And
Everything is for sale, Declue. Everything is for sale.
Hey, listen, I'm just
You can
saying.
buy it.
It could be sold for the right price.
Oh, definitely. Somebody. I don't know if you guys know who Stefan Blakeman is. The other Jakar build that's with the really nice, fancy seats in it and stuff like that. That one just went up for sale for $34K. That's the one that Daniel, Heathley, and I think all the pals basically did it. But
for 24,000, I'll undercut it and I'll sell the Patriot.
Hey, that's a deal, man. That's a steal. I mean, because that's an expensive build.
Hit me in the DMs, dude. Hit me in the DMs. Anyways, with that being said, the reason I wanted it was because I sat in it at the Sundown show, and the very first year that it was there, and
the best audio show there is besides TPC show down in South Carolina this year.
Don't forget about Liberty Base. What, dude? You got a cold, Rob?
I know you guys got all the good shows, but you're so far away. You're like originally North Carolina, South Carolina is like.
I have to drive at least 5.5 hours to go to any show. At least 5.5.
Well, that ain't that far, man. I mean, try driving like 13 or 14.
TDH is going to be 12 or 13, depending on how many times we break down. Knock on wood.
Well, Jace has a show too. His show's about 6 hours from my house.
We better see you there, man.
I plan on coming, but I don't know if Hurricane will be there. But
brother,
Hurricane's not quite ready yet. Not quite ready yet. We just got it into paint yesterday, actually. Yeah, Daniel just started painting it and everything like that. But
inside or outside?
We're looking inside, and outside to be this week sometime. Inside's getting painted right now, so we're pretty much done in the inside of everything. We just got some bracing to do and some other stuff in there. Uh, I don't think there'll be a console in there. They're going to lay a big DB logo in there and a Jacquard logo that glows in the dark or something like that. They're doing some really unique stuff with this build, like that a lot of people haven't seen on their builds or they haven't seen in the future. Daniel's one of them people, he don't like to build the same thing. He does.
Randy in New Hampshire, what's up? Politics, nobody over
All right,
here.
Jason, I'm going to ask you one more question, and we're going to get ready to wrap this bad boy up here.
Okay.
When
Shoot.
do you expect to have Hurricane Declue out there? I know there's been different answers on the internet.
Man.
Lay it out now. Flop it out there on the table.
Flop it
When
out.
are we going to see?
Estimate.
Yeah,
Well,
an estimate.
The plan is to have it at Wake the Dead, which is in October. If before, I'm hoping it might be before, depending on if we get amp choices and we get everything paid for. You know, it's expensive. Battery. Well, I think all we got really left right now is batteries and amps. That's it. Everything else we have at your car. Everything, fans are there, and your wire, Jace. We don't have that yet, but that is Daniel a dealer for you yet, or is he not?
I'll take care of Daniel. I'll put
Okay.
it that way.
Okay, so all I got to do is just contact Daniel and tell him to contact you.
Yeah, you listen. This is what you got to do. Okay, you go to
Email
Daniel.
Caden.
Yeah. First, you got to get through Caden. Okay.
Email X Boomin.
In all seriousness,
Use code XBoomin.
You call Daniel and you say, Daniel, I need amps and I need subs. And then what Daniel's going to do is he's going to call Jace up, kind of like how Rob did. You know, he's going to flirt with me a little bit. He's going to tell me I look good, bald, the whole 9 yards, and then I'm going to take care of him. Okay.
Oh, he already said something about that, by the way. He don't have Facebook, but he did tell me. He said you look good bald.
Whoa! Even he saw it. Jiminy Christmas.
He said, tell Jace I like his new haircut, but I couldn't see it because I'm not on Facebook. Daniel don't get on Facebook because of all the drama. He feels that he's more laid back now, that he don't have to deal with all that BS. And he's right. You know, there's a lot of BS that you got to deal with. And a lot of people want to see Jacquard back. And you will see him back. And I promise you that. You know, we're going up there actually mid-March to check out the build, to actually go see Mr. Bale's build too. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Bale's build, but Robert has.
I've seen the whole fleet. Every time I go to Bill's house, I spend some money.
I'm sure you do.
Somebody just asked, and I'm going to throw it up here. Are lives Friday now or not Wednesday? They're always Wednesday. We just made a special exception for Jason here.
Yeah, because I work, guys. Otherwise, I would do
Okay,
Wednesday.
I gotta ask that because you did just say you had to work. So what is it that you do for a living to support this hobby of yours?
I am a lead production in like die casting and in a burnishing area. Actually, I take care of like all paperwork. I pull dies out and stuff like that. Man, it's a.
So you're bossing people around in there. Is that what I'm hearing?
Kind of similar, kind of similar. That's what I am.
How long you been doing that?
14 years, going on 15.
Nice.
Going, and I work overnights, so I don't work in the daytime. So like when people try to text me, I'm like, man, dude, I'm working. It's hard. That's why it's hard to get your guys' show on. I kind of watch it here and there, but you know, it's hard. It's hard when you're in an area.
That's why when you send me all those long text messages, it's in the middle of the night.
Right. Yeah. Robert's like, hey, I'm trying to sleep over here, bro.
We were fortunate enough that Caden could take the night off to be with you. You know, he definitely wanted to be here for that with this one.
Yeah.
I might give Caden a raise, man, because since Jason didn't give him one,
I'm saying.
I told him I'd give him $1.50 raise. That guy deserves a raise. Come on now.
Thank you. I'm doing all the IT work behind the scenes, and I'm underappreciated.
Dude,
underappreciated.
Does anybody want any stickers, by the way? Put like a 1 in the chat or something. I want to give stickers away.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, get a sticker, guys. You guys got to get these. Blaine's got a big old... Blaine's got shirts now, too, by the way. Show him your shirt, Blaine.
Okay, so...
Listen. Yo, you're my little hustler. Look at that.
Yeah.
One. Jay's in here. He wants one. There's one.
There's one.
Mama Fennell wants one.
You got 3. He's gonna run out of stickers here in about 2 seconds.
I got hundreds of them.
He'll go make more.
But and soon to be able to get the noise complaint merch on libertybayshop.com along with X Booming down there. And
Dude, you got a lot of ones, Blaine. You got a lot of ones, dog.
You writing all these down?
What to do. Listen, just get a hold of me in DM, shoot me a message, get you a little sticker pack for supporting us.
Blaine, I like the Diet Coke.
Special night, which is cool. How many we got in here, Jace?
I really like the Diet Coke thing.
We have averaged 70 viewers.
Are you kidding me?
Entire time, yeah, dude.
That's a lot.
Nice.
There's a lot.
That we averaged 70. Peak I saw was 103.
Let's go.
But I would say our confidence level was at 70 the entire time. So huge shout out to everyone.
And
guys,
Jameson will get his shirt. I have it made.
Oh, we'll snap. So listen,
deal B2.
Oh, and we are having Hurricane Declue shirts
Deal.
made.
Snap.
So probably mid-March or April is when we'll probably start making them and decals. Daniel wants a whole Hurricane Declue line, so I said let's go with it. If we can sell it or whatever.
And you know something? I have a feeling that it actually just might be popular.
I agree.
Blaine, trade mini subs for how many you want. Send me a size, color, and I just want to play with a couple of those bad boys.
You know what I want to see? I want to see
amps too.
I want to see Jace go against Big Jeff.
Tell Jace he gets the first Hurricane Declue shirt.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Jace gets the first Hurricane Declue shirt, by the way.
I finally feel like I'm sponsored. This is phenomenal.
Scott, we will. I say we. A few of us from TCP will for sure be down at Made of Steel in Florida come May. That's the show I always try to go to.
You know, I want to go to that show, Robert. My buddy Brian,
it's a great show.
From Death Bounce goes down there all year because he lives in Florida, and he tells me all the time. He said, "Hey man, I should go down there," and I'm like, man, it's a good little drive. I think it's like 13 hours or something like that for me.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about going down there because Tanya's never been to the beach. So, you know.
It's a warm show, but it's a really good location in Tampa, Florida.
And John Kent's really good people. I met John Kent at Wake the Dead.
It's not just an audio show. They got some cool stuff. Like last year, I won Best Tattoos. They took me up on stage, or not on stage, but they took like 10 of us up, and they all had a crowd.
Put him in a Speedo. He turned around.
I did have to take the shirt off. I will say
that. So what do you think about that, Jace? You versus Big Jeff, demoing. I think you guys should do it.
No, I think there's already a challenge going from last year.
Yeah, we already got a challenge.
I think Ben from Ruthless and Jace, 2 extreme builds.
Whoa! Now that would be a good bit.
Crowd loud.
Going for that crowd loud, baby. You're gonna make it interesting this year.
I don't know. Ben's got a crazy build, dude. I have not sat in that build. I've heard about it, and people's like, "Yeah, you need to go sit in it, Jason. He'll tap you out." I said, "I'm a very hard person to tap out." It's like.
You are very vocal about that on social media. You are...
If I bleed to tap out, bro. I think the only build I have not been in, and he probably would tap me out, would be Chris Lee. If he sealed it up, he definitely would tap me out. But
I don't even think he needs to seal it up, to be honest.
Oh no, dude, he's loud. Hey, he's loud. No doubt. He likes to hurt people.
Will you be louder?
That thing.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping it's a 70 plus. You know, that's the goal. That's why we got a sub part amp.
That's awesome.
So,
well, listen, I'm going to wrap this up here. I think this was a phenomenal live stream.
I think it was too, and I appreciate you guys. And, you know, like I said, I got all respect for all you guys out there, even and Josh Kingmore too, you know. I can't forget him. You know, Josh is good guy.
Man. Well, listen, I don't want to get, you know, we don't typically do live streams on Fridays, and we've got Living Loud with Andy coming on, I believe at 9. It might be 8, so I might have already ran over. Yeah. And I love Andy to death.
Go watch him.
Supports it. Make sure you guys watch him tonight.
Oh yeah,
he's got. If I'm not mistaken, he's got the guys over at Sparked Innovations on tonight, so it's gonna be a great one. They're gonna be talking about the baseball. I'm pretty sure it's tonight. I don't correct me if I'm wrong.
I think Rich was just in the chat.
10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, they're going later tonight. Oh, okay. Well, perfect. Well, I don't want anybody to miss that. It's Andy's night to do live streams. So don't miss that one. Guys, listen, huge announcement. Liberty Base, again, is brought on B2 Audio onto libertybaseshop.com. We're super excited about that. We are still finalizing some things on the website, still working out some bugs. I've already had some messages about it, so I'm super excited about those who are excited about it. It's a great brand with a good reputation behind it. So if you guys need anything B2 Audio related, I've got you covered now. And as always, super grateful for you guys to come on. Those who hopped on and were really chill, we appreciate it. We do this to give everybody a platform, share their story, tell everybody a little bit about themselves. And in general, we get to learn about people in this industry. So super excited to be able to do things like this. Without you guys, it's not possible. But that being said, and not sounding like a spokesperson, Blaine, where can we find you out on social media?
Right here on Facebook, right here on YouTube.
Mini
Reach
trucker.
out.
Boom, boom. I like to see it. Rob, where are we gonna find you on social media, dude?
You're going to find me on Facebook, Robert Williams. But what you do need to know is I have one unused, brand new, open box Nightshade version 618.
Oh,
Meaning it's never been used. It's been taken out of a box and pictures have been taken. Jace is in possession of it right now. He can get it shipped out anywhere.
Yep.
$800 shipped
Whoa.
anywhere
Sheesh.
for a brand
damn,
new
dude,
NSV
that's
618.
cheap.
That goes
You got-
to anybody that's here right now. Tell your friends, tell your mom.
Tell your brothers, sisters, cousin,
Yeah.
uncle, aunt. You gotta let them all know.
Can't be
I mean, for
giving
that
deals
price,
like that
Jason
out.
is thinking about switching to NSV6s.
Listen, those are like $1,500 normally. $800 shipped.
That's cheap. That's a
Can't
good,
beat
that's
it.
a good deal.
That is cheap, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's really cheap.
You know how much my subs cost? Huh. Too much.
Oh,
More than you could afford, pal.
yeah,
More
more than you could afford, pal.
$14.99 a pop.
$14.99 a pop.
Yeah. $45 or $14.99. Regular price.
Did you pay regular price?
No, I got mine on a deal.
Oh.
I found
You
two.
can't say that's
I
what-
found two that were used, and then the rest of them were brand new.
Man, balling out of control.
But I really
dude.
want to go to dual ones. I got dual twos right now, which we wired to 0.7 because their subs are 1.4s actually.
Cool,
But Jace, I got an order for you in less than 3 weeks for wire.
I like hearing it, baby. I
Better
like
pinky
hearing
promise.
it.
Code X booming.
Stamp it.
I'll pinky promise on it. And speaking of X Booming, where can we find Caden out on social media?
I'm just Caden on Facebook and Instagram or X booming.
X booming. $1.50 raise.
That was spoken really, really good, Caden.
That was perfect.
I mean, that was. You couldn't have said it better,
Dude, what-
man.
What do you want?
Nothing. I just,
He wants this $1.50 raise. That's what he wants.
dude. I
Yeah.
just said
Thankful you
I
I
think
don't
that
get
was-
paid enough.
I know you
for
don't.
this.
I'll get you that Christmas bonus, dog. Do not worry. I got you.
I'll believe it
covered.
when I see it.
Hey, don't worry. He's got to sell a bunch more amps and much more subs, and then he'll give it to you.
That's darn straight. With that being said, guys, don't forget every Wednesday at 7 p.m. we do it This Week in Audio. I know that down the pipeline, I've got some really cool interviews lined up with people that have not been on the car audio podcast circuit yet. So I'm really excited about that one. We've been working on it for a few weeks now and getting schedules lined up. So keep an eye out for that later on down the road. And again, we'll see you guys Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time for another This Week in Audio. And until next time, peace.
Thank you, guys.